Hey, what's up YouTube? Just thought I'd show an interesting connection I found between an episode of UFO Hunters and some pictures that I have that actually you can go find on Wikisky or Google Sky. Let me show you this clip from UFO Hunters. It's called Area 52.
Our ATV route takes us largely due south towards the border of the southern segment of the Utah Test and Training Range, or UTTR. Now, UTTR is administered by the Air Force, while the Army runs Dugway Proving Ground. However, both these facilities frequently collaborate and host experiments for all the military branches. You can see this bombing range. Right over that mountain's where we seen the test. We were parked right about here, right where we were at. It was about 1 o'clock in the morning, and you see this, what looks like an arc welder off in the distance. Just this huge flashing light, and then this beam shot out in the middle of it. It looked reddish in color, actually, and the light coming off the ground was white. There was a little bit of thin clouds above that. You can see it go through the clouds. All right, how long did this beam last? Probably about 4 minutes. Wow. And then it was shut off like a light switch. How wide was the beam, would you say? If I was to compare it to something at least as wide as a car. So we're not talking about a pencil thin laser. No, not at all. That's huge for a laser. There was a slight smell of ozone in the area. Kind of a static electricity type of smell. Well, you think you were smelling the actual laser? No, we didn't smell it before that, and we didn't smell it after the test. We know that during a thunderstorm, ions in the atmosphere can be charged in such a way that they give off this kind of a scent. This is due to a partial electrical breakdown of the air by a high volume of electricity that causes this ozone smell. Now, if this beam was creating that smell, then it must be harnessing millions of watts of power. That's very interesting. You say that this beam actually was penetrating a cloud because, I mean, normally light can't go through clouds. The UFO physics.
Alright, now I'm going to go to Wikisky. It might take a little bit because my computer's kind of slow while this webcam's running. Alright, that's obviously not the right site. Maybe it's .org. Okay, here it is. Now these things are all over the place in this and in Google Sky. Let me zoom all the way out here. Alright, this is the whole entire visible universe right here, going back 13.7 billion years. And since that's when the universe was created, that's as far as the light's been able to travel for us to see it. Alright, I'm just going to pick, you can actually see them if you look really close. I don't know if you can see them on this camera, but you can actually see tiny little lines. They're all over the place, and these little blue dots like here, there's one right there, over here. A lot of these blue dots are they look like giant satellites, and if what those guys on UFO Hunters were correct on saying was that it takes a lot of energy and electricity to run these things, they would need some kind of generator. But let me zoom in on one of these spots here. Zoom in one. Click. See, there's one of those little satellites up here. Some of the lines. Let me zoom in closer. Sorry, my computer's so slow. So you can see the lines right over here and here. Zoom in another space here. There's one of those satellites. A lot of lines up in this area up here. I have some more videos of these satellites and lines and spacecraft, but if you notice, these lines cut off just like the ones in that picture that guy took at that new Area 52 air base. So it seems that there's some kind of extraterrestrial technology we have that we are conducting experiments with. But just notice how these, you can go back and look at the photographs, that guy's pictures from the airbase, and you notice how the lines, they cut off at the very end, almost like they're just ripped off at a straight line. It's just really odd. Zoom in a couple more clicks. But yeah, you can see how these, they cut off. You can go in, I'm not going to zoom all the way in, but you can go and find these on there yourself. And there's these little orbs right here around it. It looks like little spacecrafts. It's odd. And then there's some down here in the line, there and there. It's just, let me zoom in on those if I can. Looks like they're accelerating, like it's some kind of almost a interdimensional travel beam or some kind of light speed travel. Who knows? But it's one of those orbs that's flying through it. See if I can find one standing still so you can actually see the detail of it. Just like a little donut almost with like a cross put through it. It's weird. Well, I urge you to go in here and find them for yourself. They're all over the place, and you can just about click on anywhere. Here's three in a triangle formation right here. It's definitely a sign of intelligence. So you can see them. Here's number 1 right there, number 2, and there's number 3. It's pretty bright. I mean, it's just interesting. These orbs appeared in that photograph too, almost like you're saying they're attracted to it, or if they have something to do with it themselves. But we'll try to zoom in on this bright one and get you a little bit of a detailed look on it. But yeah, I urge you all, just go in there and just take a look at it for yourself, and just leave me a comment telling me what you think these things could be, because they're very odd. And what do you think is going on at that air base, that new Area 51 that everybody's talking about? It's in Dugway, Utah. Do your own research, but it's kind of interesting. Leave some comments.